students, welcome back to the video lecture series of numerical methods in chemical engineering. In this chapter number 2, solution of algebraic and transcendental equations, we have completed two main methods. First one was bisection method and another one is Newton-Raphson method. What is the basic difference between bisection and Newton-Raphson method? Bisection method is bracketing method and Newton-Raphson method is open method. Why they are known as bracketing and open? Because in bracketing we are selecting one interval in which the root lies, while in Newton-Raphson method we are not selecting any interval, we are taking the initial value, right? So these two methods are known as bracketing and open methods respectively. In this lecture we are going to study about one more open method, and that is secant method. Okay, secant method is also one open method. Why it is open method? Because in this method also we are taking two initial values, and on the basis of that initial values we are able to find the value of alpha. What is alpha? So alpha is the exact root of the equation. Fine, let us study this method graphically. Okay, same as the other methods, in this method also one equation will be given, f of x equal to 0 and y is equal to f of x will be the given curve. So let us draw that x-axis, then y-axis, a curve y is equal to f of x is given. Now this curve f of x will intersect the x-axis at alpha, so we can say alpha is the exact root of the equation. Now, as it is open method, we have to assume two initial values. So let us assume the two initial values on x-axis as x0 and x1. So first of all, we have to locate x0 and x1. So these are x0 and x1. They are the 2 points located on x-axis. Now we have to extend these points to the curve, and we will get 2 points P and Q. See here you can see we have extended x0 to P on the curve. So the coordinates of point P are x0, f of x0, and coordinates of point Q are x1, f of x1. Okay, what is our next step? Our next step is we have to draw a chord PQ, and that chord PQ will intersect the x-axis at point M. So the coordinates of point M will be x2, 0 because this point is located on the x-axis, and we have got the first approximation x2. Now how to get the equation for x2? How to get the expression for x2? So here you can see, okay, here the chord PQ intersects the x-axis at point M. So the coordinates of point M will be x2, 0. Now, if you will see this, the slope of NQ, this one, the slope of NQ is same as the slope of PQ. Because the line is same, the line is touching the 2 points on the curve, that is P and Q. So as the line is same, if we consider NQ, then the slope of NQ and the slope of PQ will be same. Now what is the formula to find the slope? Slope can be found by difference in y coordinates upon difference in x coordinates. So here our y coordinates of NQ. Okay, if we consider the y coordinates of point M and Q, so I can write, see here the point is x2, 0. So 0 minus f of x1 upon x minus x2 minus x1. 0 minus f of x1 divided by x2 minus x1 is the slope of NQ. Similarly, if we consider the slope of PQ, then we have to consider the difference of y coordinates upon difference of x coordinates. So f of x1 minus f of x0 divided by x1 minus x0. Okay, if you will simplify this for finding the value of x2, we can get the value of x2 is equal to x1. x2 is equal to x1 minus f of x1 into x1 minus x0 divided by f of x1 minus f of x0. So this is the equation to find the value of x2. What is x2? So we can say x2 is the approximation to the curve, okay, approximation to the root, okay. Still we have to reach up to alpha, yet we have not reached up to alpha. To reach up to alpha, okay, still we have reached up to n and the coordinates will be x2 comma 0. So if I want to reach up to alpha also, I have to extend this point again and I can name one new point n, and from n I have to draw one more chord and I can find the next approximation x3. Similarly, by drawing more and more chords, I can get near to the alpha. So in this way, we have to draw more and more chords to find the approximations x2, x3, x4 and so on, and we have to reach to the alpha. So in this way, we can find the exact root alpha with the help of this method by drawing more and more secants. See, secant and chord both are same. Remember, here secant and chord both are same. Fine. Let us study some features of the secant method. See, this method is slower than Newton-Raphson method because the rate of convergence of secant method is 1.618 while the rate of convergence of Newton-Raphson method was 2. Okay, so this method is also termed as open method because we are not deciding the interval in which the root lies, we are deciding any two initial values x0 and x1. So this method is known as open method. So these are some of the features of the secant method. In the next slide, we are going to cover one numerical based on the secant method. But before solving the numerical, we have to follow some steps. See, theoretically it is totally different. Theoretical concept is different, but while solving the numericals, you have to remember these steps. Okay, which is the first step? First of all, you have to draw one table. In the table, the first one is approximation number, second is a, then b, then f of a, f of b, and xn plus 1. Okay, here, when the value of a and b is given, okay, first of all, we have to place the value of x0 and x1 in a and b respectively. The value of x0 is to be placed in a and the value of x1 is to be placed in b. Okay, what is our next step? Find the function values f of a and f of b, and you have to find xn plus 1. How we can find xn plus 1? So this is the formula to find xn plus 1. So this is the formula to find xn plus 1. Okay, a into f of b minus b into f of a upon f of b minus f of a. You have to remember this. Okay, a into f of b minus b into f of a upon f of b minus f of a. So by solving this, you can get the value of x2. Okay, what about the next step? Okay, after getting the value of xn plus 1, what you have to do? In the next approximation, you have to place the value of b in a. So the value of b is to be placed in a. Okay, here approximation number, then the value of a, value of b, f of a, f of b, xn plus 1. What about the next step? Here approximation number 2. So what you have to do? You have to place the value of b in a, value of xn plus 1 in b. Okay. Similarly, f of b should be placed in f of a. Once again, I am repeating. You have to place the value of b in a without checking any condition. There is no need to check any type of condition in this. So you have to place just the value of b in a and value of xn plus 1 in b. So as we have placed the value of b in a, so f of b will be placed in f of a. It's obvious. Okay. Up to which step you have to follow? You have to repeat the process until the exact root alpha is obtained. Okay. So you have to remember these steps to solve the numerical, right? So let's solve a numerical on the basis of secant method. See what is given. First of all, you have to find the positive root of x minus 2 sin x equals to 0 up to 3 decimal places using secant method, and you have to take x0 is equal to 2 and x1 is equal to 1.9. So the value of x0 and x1 is already given. Okay, see here you can write f of x is equal to x minus 2 sin x equal to 0 is given. Okay, like Newton-Raphson or bisection, there is no need to find anything. You have to just draw one table. Okay, here I have drawn one table. What we have to do? We have to first of all place the value of x0 in A. So we have placed x0 in A. So what is our x0? x0 is 2. So I have placed x0 in A. Okay, then x1 is placed in B. So A will be 2 and B will be 1.9. Then I have to find the value of f of A and f of B. Okay, make sure that you have selected the angle mode in radian and you have to fix the decimal places to 5. Okay, so here we can solve this. In this video, you will be able to get the whole numerical. See, first of all, the angle mode is selected as radian. Then we have to fix the decimal places to 5 because 3 decimal places is given. After that, we have to find f of A and f of B. But for that, we have formed one formula. One equation has been formed. So answer minus 2 sin answer equal to 0 because 2 equals to upkey equal to. Value equal to upkey equal to, right? Then for finding the value of f of B, 1.9 equal to upkey equal to. So this is our f of A and f of B. What we have to do next? We have to find the value of xn plus 1. We are having the formula of xn plus 1. Xn plus 1 is equal to A into f of B. So A is our 2. Then f of B. Okay. We have written the value of f of B minus, in the same bracket you have to write minus B into f of A. B is our 1.9, so 1.9 into f of A 0.8141, bracket complete, divided by f of B minus f of A. That is also to be written in the bracket. So numerator is written in bracket and denominator is written in bracket. So by using the proper brackets, you can solve it in only one step. So we have written the value of f of B and f of A. So f of B minus f of A, that is 0.18141, bracket complete, equals to, this is our xn plus 1, 1.89575. Okay, what is our next step? In the next step, we have to place the value of B in A. Okay. So here we have placed the value of B in A, then we have to place the value of xn plus 1 in B. Okay, similarly f of B is to be placed in f of A and f of B. Which is our B? This is our B, so 1.89575 is to be placed in the main function. Okay, you will get this value. Then by placing all these values in the formula of xn plus 1, which is our xn plus 1 formula, we have already given in the previous slide, A into f of B minus B into f of A upon f of B minus f of A. Okay, by placing all these values, you can get the answer like 1.89549. Here we have to stop our calculation. Why? Because after decimal point, our 3 digits has been same. So my answer will be 1.895 up to 3 decimal places. Okay, in this way you can solve more numericals. Here you can see there are only 2 steps, but it is not compulsory that each and every sum will be solved within 2 steps. There can be 4 steps, 5 steps, but what you have to remember these steps, that for the next approximation B is placed in A, xn plus 1 is placed in B, f of b is placed in f of a, and we have to find the value of xn plus 1. And you have to also remember the formula of xn plus 1, it is totally different from the theoretical formula. A into f of b minus b into f of a upon f of b minus f of a. So by using this formula, you can solve the numericals very easily, right? So this was about the secant method. In the next lecture, we are going to start one more method, the last method of this chapter, that is regular Cauchy method. Till then, have a good day.